morning.
He's great and he's greatly to be praised.
Mike Tyson, that boxer and philosopher, once said, everyone has a fight plan until they get the first punch. And what he meant by that is everybody got a plan, but when something happens, they go back to their natural instinct. And sometimes we do that as far as scripture is concerned. We was taught all our life that thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. But when Christ has come in life, sometimes we do like Mike Tyson, opponents do. We forget the fight plan. But it also reminded me of this illustration that I saw on Facebook once. There were these pit bulls, about 10 of them, lined up in a row. And the owner brought a cat. And this cat just marched right in front of the pit bull, but they just sat there. Now their natural instinct was to attack the cat. But because of the discipline that the owner has installed into them, they didn't follow their instinct. They did what the owner did. We in the church need the kind of discipline that pit bull had. We need to follow God's plan when crisis arises. Now I have to admit, during the past few days, I have been attacked, and my instinct was to forget the fight plan and do my own thing, to get down there in the gutter and attack people who was attacking me. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with the fight plan. I'm going to do what Jesus said to the best of my ability, no matter what those who are attacking me do or say. Okay. I talked to O'Sheree a few days ago, and I guess she's been talking to my family, and I guess they told her I had a kind of rough life. That might be true, but from my perspective, I want to tell you something. I had the best life that I could have. And I'll tell you why. I have a good life because God has been with me always, always. And I knew that. I know that God has been with me. I look back over my past and I see his footprints everywhere. I see it everywhere. And I'm happy with that. The second reason that I think I had the best life possible is because of my family. I had a mother who wasn't exactly the best mother in the world. She was young when she had me, didn't have a husband, etc., etc. She didn't know nothing about raising a child. But she gave me something that I think had molded me and made me the person I am. I have never, not for 1 second, doubted that my mother loved me. And when crisis arose and I think no one cared for me, I had to think back. My mother, she loved me. Paul Simon had this song says, my mother loved me like a rock. And she did. The other thing I'm thankful for is the family that God has given me. He gave me 5 beautiful, wonderful children, a lovely wife. And what I like about that is all of my children are strong in the faith. And if I died today, I am confident that they would never lose their faith in God. So I'm good. I'm good with that. And the next thing I like about my life is he gave me a gift. He gave me the gift of servitude. Now, I've been working in the church for a long time. And God, let me give you this example. A few years ago, I was out in the church lobby trying to get assistance for the children in Haiti. And one of the sisters walked up to me and she said, "Johnny, you know what? God has gave you a gift to love people." And I was kind of frustrated at the time because I wasn't collecting much money. So I told this sister, "A gift? You mean a curse?" And as soon as I said that, I regretted it. The gift of love is not a curse. It's a gift. It's the greatest gift. And I'm fortunate that God gave me that gift. And some of you know me for decades, especially in the church. And you've seen that I always tried to exercise that gift. In the church, every year on my wife's birthday, I would take the whole church to a restaurant and pay for their lunch. I would save up the money, and it would be almost $1,000, but I would pay the whole lunch. I did that every year. And one year I was surprised because one of the young men in the church called me the next day and said, "Thank you." All these years I've done that. That's the first thing, only one that said thank you. But I didn't do it because I wanted someone to thank me. I did it because I love the church and I love the people in the church, because God gave me that gift. Another example, every year we went to Pepperdine. I would tell Myra, I would say, "Myra, rent a suite." So everyone in our church who wanted to go there could stay in the suite. And every year would be overcrowded. All the rooms would be full. And I took a couch. I slept on the couch in the lobby. Didn't complain about that because I was happy that we could all fellowship together. And all of you have known me over the years. You know that I've helped you guys. I lent you money when you didn't have any. I paid for your children to go to youth camps. But I didn't do that. I didn't do that because I wanted anything. I did it because God gave me the gift of loving people, and I love God and I love people. That's why I serve the people in Haiti, because of the gift that God gave me. Now, one thing I realized, and I know this, when I was young, about 2 or 3 years old, my grandmother, she taught us Bible verses. And one of the first one I learned was Jesus wept. Before I eat my food, I had to say Jesus wept. I didn't know who Jesus was, and I didn't know what wept means, but if I wanted to eat, I had to say Jesus wept. And when you get older, she teach you another verse. She teach you, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." She says, say those verses before you eat. And I said both of those verses. And that was a good foundation for my Christian walk. Jesus wept. I know what it means now. I know what it means to weep. I know what it means to cry. I know Jesus cried. Cried when Lazarus. He cried when they nailed him to the cross. He cried when he seen the people suffering in his town, and his people suffering. He suffered. And we will have fellowship with his suffering. We're going to suffer too. And I embrace the suffering because my suffering will never compare to what Christ did on the cross. So I will embrace that, and will do that till the day I die. Now, I'm going to continue to work in Haiti. I'm going to continue serving those people. They have no one. And I'm proud of the work I've done over there for the last 10 years. I've seen the changes that God has made. It's not me, it's God working through me. He's done marvelous things. Marvelous things. And he will continue to. But I expect to be attacked. I expect to be frustrated. I expect these things because Jesus wept. And there's an old song that we used to play a long time ago from the suffering. It said, I never promised you a rose garden. Jesus never promised us a rose garden. Never. As a matter of fact, that's one of the tools Satan used to discourage us and to get us to quit the fight, put obstacles in our way. Now, when I went to Haiti, I used to have a crew to go with me, but Haiti is not easy. So, they kind of fell to the wayside, but, I don't blame them. I mean, it's tough over there. But God has given me the tools to continue, and I will continue. And He has protected me. The people over there, every time I leave, the other missionaries say, oh, he will not come back. We will make sure he will never come back. We will make sure he will never set foot in Haiti again. But I keep going back. God provides. Jehovah Jireh. They're trying to kick against the bricks. So where will this lead to? I don't know. That's three things that can happen. These false charges they can make against me. I could end up in jail. I don't know. But, if I end up in jail, I have a great example. The ancient Joseph. How he conducted himself when he was in jail. The Apostle Paul been in jail. Peter was arrested. And Jesus was arrested. So I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of that. Matter of fact, the people in jail, it's one of the worst places on earth. They don't have no light there. And if I go there, I will be a light for them. I will teach them. I will show them about Jesus. That's what I will do. That's what I will do. No, I didn't mean to ramble like this. But everything is in God's hands. And I'm going to do what He taught me to do. I'm going to follow His scriptures. I'm not going to try to retaliate against anyone who slander me. Although they have made themselves very vulnerable doing this foolish stuff, making it public, leaving a paper trail. But that's not my agenda. I'm going to do God's will. Banje Benito. God bless you.